Let me open tonight with an actual question, and I'd ask you to really answer it, not just hear it. When did someone last truly see you? Not the managed, capable, everything's fine version you show the world, the real one underneath. The one with the doubts and the tenderness and the things you don't say. For a lot of us, the honest answer is, it's been a while. Longer than we'd like to admit. Because we're guarded, carefully, skillfully, often for very good reasons. And here's the quiet cost of all that guarding. The same walls that keep us safe are the ones keeping us alone. Tonight the sky turns toward exactly this. The moon is a bright waxing gibbous, August 23rd, 2026, about 78% lit, opening toward full. And the sun moves into Virgo and into gate 59, line 1, the gate of intimacy and the breaking down of barriers, the energy that dissolves the walls between people to reach real closeness. So this is your moon letter about the walls that keep you safe and alone, and the quiet courage of lowering one. Let's open it. The moon tonight is about 78% lit, a bright, generous gibbous, opening steadily toward the full moon just days away. And notice what she's doing as she nears her fullness. She's holding nothing back. She isn't keeping a portion of her face permanently in shadow to stay safe. She isn't managing how much of herself she reveals, showing only her good side. As she moves toward full, she lets more and more of herself be seen, the whole face, fully lit, completely exposed to anyone who looks up. Fullness, for the moon, is total visibility. She becomes most herself precisely by becoming most seen. There's no version of a full moon that's full but hidden. To be full is to be revealed. And that's the quiet invitation she offers tonight, as she opens toward that complete visibility. She's showing you that there's a kind of fullness available only through being seen, that the parts of yourself you keep permanently in shadow, however good your reasons, are also the parts no one ever gets to know or love. The moon reaches her fullest by hiding nothing. She's asking whether you might let a little more of yourself be seen too. The energy tonight leans toward opening, the felt pull toward connection, revelation, and the dissolving of distance. As the moon nears full and the sun enters the gate of intimacy, there's a current running underneath the day that favors closeness over guardedness, being known over being protected. You might notice it as a slight ache for real connection, a tiredness with the surface level, a quiet wish that someone knew what was actually going on with you. That ache is not weakness or neediness. It's the accurate signal of a fundamental human need, to be seen and known by at least one other person, pressing up against the walls we've built to keep ourselves safe. Tonight's energy sides with the need. It doesn't ask you to tear down every defense or throw yourself open to everyone. That's not intimacy. It's just exposure. It asks for something smaller and braver, to let the opening happen a little, in one safe place, with one trusted person. To choose, for one evening, connection over armor, and to feel what it's like when a wall comes down by a single, deliberate inch. In human design, the sun moves tonight into gate 59, line 1. Gate 59 is the gate of intimacy, the deepest gate of connection in the whole system, the energy that breaks down the barriers between people to reach genuine closeness and union. It's sometimes called the gate of sexuality, but its real domain is broader than that. It's about the fundamental capacity to penetrate the defenses that keep us separate and create true intimacy of any kind. And line 1 is fascinating here. It's the line of the preemptive strike, the ability to disarm. Line 1 in this gate has an intuitive skill for removing the barriers to closeness, for sensing and gently dissolving the defenses, its own and others, that stand in the way of connection. Its gift is knowing how to make the approach that lowers a guard rather than raising it, how to create the safety in which walls can come down. But every gift has a shadow, and the shadow here is using that same skill in reverse, to keep the walls up, to preemptively defend, to disarm closeness before it can arrive. So tonight, Gate 59 line 1 asks a pointed question. Are you using your considerable skill with barriers to build real intimacy, or to protect yourself from it? And it offers the gift underneath, the capacity, when you choose to use it, to gently lower a defense, yours or someone else's, and let genuine closeness through. So let's look honestly at why we armor up, because understanding the walls with compassion is the only way to ever lower one. The first truth, and it matters most, every wall was built by a real hurt. Nobody armors themselves for no reason. Each defense you carry was constructed in response to a genuine wound, a betrayal, a rejection, a time you were open and it cost you. The guardedness isn't a character flaw, it's a scar, and scars form to protect something that was genuinely injured. So the first move isn't to attack your walls as if they were stupid. It's to recognize that they made sense, that the frightened part of you that built them was trying to keep you safe and largely succeeded. You can honor that and still decide the wall has outlived its purpose. Second, guardedness feels like strength, but it's often just fear that's learned to look composed. Our culture quietly celebrates the self-contained, unbothered, needs no one posture as a kind of maturity or power. But a great deal of what passes for strength is simply fear. Well managed, the fear of being seen, hurt, or found wanting, dressed up as independence. Real strength sometimes looks like the opposite. The willingness to be known, to need, to let someone close enough to matter. Third, we show the edited self and call it being fine. Most of our daily interactions run on a curated version of us, the competent surface, the everything's okay report, the self with the difficult parts filed off. We're so practiced at it we forget we're doing it. And the more consistently we show only the edited self, the more alone we become inside, because no one is responding to the real us. They're responding to the edit. And fourth, the cruel mechanism at the heart of it. The armor stops the pain and the closeness at the same time because they come through the same opening. The wall that blocks out hurt also blocks out intimacy. The defense that keeps you from being wounded keeps you from being reached. You cannot selectively wall off only the bad and let in only the good. Vulnerability is a single channel, and closing it closes everything. This is why the guarded life so often becomes the lonely life. Not because guarded people don't want connection, they ache for it, but because the very thing protecting them from pain is, with perfect efficiency, protecting them from being known. So what does real intimacy actually cost, and what does it actually give so you can weigh the trade with open eyes? Start with the cost, honestly, because pretending it's free helps no one. First, intimacy costs the risk of being seen and possibly not held. That's the real price. When you let someone see the true, unedited you, you take on the genuine possibility that they'll respond with indifference or judgment or withdrawal. And because it's the real you this time, that response would land far deeper than any rejection of the edited version ever could. There's no way to be truly intimate without accepting that risk. Anyone who promises intimacy without vulnerability is selling something else. But now the other side, which is the whole reason it's worth it. First, intimacy gives the one thing the armor can never provide, the experience of being truly known. To have another person see the real you, the flaws, the fears, the tender, unedited truth of you, and stay and care is a human need as deep as almost any we have. Nothing else substitutes for it. All the admiration in the world for your edited self doesn't touch the specific nourishment of being known and accepted as you actually are. Second, and this follows inescapably, you cannot be loved for a self you never let anyone meet. This is the quiet tragedy of the heavily guarded life. Even when love comes, it lands on the curated version, and some part of you knows it and can't quite feel it because it isn't really you being loved. The only way to be loved for who you are is to risk letting who you are be seen. And third, the reassuring practical truth. Closeness is built in small disclosures, not grand confessions. Intimacy isn't a single dramatic act of total exposure. That's not brave. It's just overwhelming, and often it's actually another kind of avoidance. Real closeness is built slowly, through a steady accumulation of small, true things shared over time, each one a little realer than the last, each one lowering the wall by an inch and discovering the floor holds. Which means the price of intimacy isn't paid all at once in one terrifying leap. It's paid in small, survivable installments, and each installment, when it goes okay, makes the next one a little less frightening. So how do you actually lower a wall, safely, tonight, without either staying locked behind it forever or flinging it open recklessly? 4 grounded moves. First, choose one safe person, not the whole world. Intimacy is not indiscriminate openness. That's just poor boundaries, and it usually ends in the exact hurt that built the walls in the first place. The move is to identify one person who has earned some trust, who has shown they can be gentle with what you hand them, and to let that one person a little further in. Discernment about who is not the enemy of intimacy. It's the foundation of it. Second, share one true thing, just slightly realer than you normally would. You don't have to unveil your deepest wound tonight. You just have to say one thing that's a notch more honest than your usual edited report, a real feeling instead of fine, an actual doubt, a small truth you'd normally keep filed away. One increment past your default. That's the whole practice, and it's enough. Third, let them in gradually, because intimacy is a pace, not a leap. Give the closeness time to build. Share a little, see how it lands, let a little trust form, then share a little more. This gradual approach isn't cowardice. It's exactly how healthy intimacy actually develops, and it protects both people from the overwhelm of too much too fast. You're not trying to demolish the wall in a night. You're learning to lower it and raise it at a pace you can trust. And fourth, this is the one that actually changes you over time. When it goes okay, notice it and let it update the old fear. Here's what usually happens when you take the small risk. It goes fine. The person receives your slightly realer truth with care, and the catastrophe your armor was braced for doesn't come. That moment is precious, and most people rush past it. Don't. Pause and actually register that you were a little more seen, and you were still held, because that's the evidence that slowly rewrites the old story the walls were built on. Each time you risk a small opening and survive it, the fear that said you must stay guarded loses a little of its authority. That's how the walls come down for real. Not by force, but by a slow accumulation of small, safe proof that being seen is survivable, and, more often than the armor ever believed, wonderful. Here is your ritual for letting someone in, small, safe, and quietly brave. When the evening settles, step outside and find her. The waxing gibbous moon, about 78% lit, opening toward full, hiding nothing, becoming most herself by becoming most seen. Let her stand for the kind of visibility you've been protecting yourself from. Then name one wall you keep up even with people you trust. Not the healthy boundaries that protect you from those who haven't earned entry, the specific defense you keep raised even with the people who are actually safe, the guard that stays up out of old habit and old hurt rather than present danger. Name it honestly. Next, choose one safe person to let a little further in. One name. Someone who has shown they can be gentle with what you give them. Not everyone, one person. And finally, resolve to share one true thing with them. Tonight or tomorrow, one honest disclosure a notch realer than your usual edited self. A real feeling, a genuine doubt, a small truth you'd normally keep behind the wall. You don't have to plan a grand confession. You just have to let one true thing through to one safe person on purpose. And when you do, watch what happens, because most likely it will go okay, and you'll have proof, fresh and real, that being a little more seen didn't cost you what the armor always warned it would. Walk back inside a fraction less alone than you were. So, let this be the letter you keep from tonight. The walls that keep you safe are the very same ones keeping you alone, because pain and closeness come through the same opening, and the armor that blocks one blocks the other. The moon opens to 78% tonight and hides nothing as she nears full. She becomes most herself by becoming most seen, and she's showing you that there's a fullness available only through being known. Your walls made sense. Every one of them was built by a real hurt, and you can honor that and still decide some of them have outlived their purpose. You cannot be loved for a self you never let anyone meet. So choose one safe person. Share one true thing, a notch realer than usual. Let them in at a pace you can trust. And when it goes okay, as it usually does, let that quietly rewrite the old fear that said you had to stay behind the wall forever. You don't have to open to everyone. You just have to stop being a stranger to the few who'd hold you if you let them. Let one person a little further in tonight. It's how the fullness the moon is showing you finally becomes yours. Thank you for looking honestly at your walls tonight, and for the quiet courage of letting a little more of yourself be seen. A new letter from the sky arrives every single day, and as the moon opens toward the full moon now just days away, the days ahead are about connection, visibility, and being known. Until then, choose your safe people well, share one true thing at a time, and let the closeness build at a pace you can trust.